Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Crusader Kings 2 with the HIP mod in the Republic of Amalfi. So last time we won the long-running war that we had against the Sultan down here, or rather won the Doge's war for him. Then we pressed a claim for a family member on the county over here of Marsico, excuse me, which I didn't consider at the time I was declaring the war, but actually made him independent of us and removed him from being our heir, which means that we aren't going to gain that county for ourselves unless we murder him and his family, in which case we might. I think my son is in line to inherit. So I was kind of debating whether or not to actually cold-bloodedly kill them, but, you know, what is Crusader Kings 2 without the cold-blooded murder of family members? Why even play the game at that point? So we'll start with the son, since he's much easier to kill. And in the meantime, we have some other claims we can press. We have this strong claim on Capua. We can press against another of the... actually, just this count. Single county count, who probably wouldn't be able to put up much of a fight. That might be a good one to do. And we also have a claim over here on this county. We know he's weak because he was involved in the last war we were in and didn't do anything, so it would also be a good target. But we need to press both of those, I think, before we die, which hopefully we'll have time to do. Well, we need to press at least one of them. So let's take this one first, I think, because by taking that we're strengthening the realm more, and we are, of course, currently in line to be the next Doge. Hopefully that actually happens, and we can do that before we die. Probably, though, it's more likely to be my heir who ends up as the next Doge, who currently is my nephew. Maybe I should actually change who my designated heir is. What family members do I have hanging around? Very few adult males, it looks like, so I guess I'll just leave it as my nephew here for the moment. This is probably the guy who is then next in line to inherit this county after my son. Okay. Well, let's hope that we eventually end up with the county. Actually, though, you know what? If my son gets it, then we won't be able to name him as our heir either, so that actually won't do anything, will it? I don't know why we ourselves are not in the line of succession here. Oh, it's different now. There's an Eric Bonifazi. Okay, maybe we'll just forget about it. It says his heir is Hypatia. I don't know. I wonder if he changed the succession laws or something. It's all very confusing. Maybe I'll just cancel this plot and just go after this county instead. Let's see what he has in terms of allies. Nobody he can call in, apparently. Okay. Well, let's hope so. We can call in our allies. Yeah, sure, why not? How about if I don't kill you and your family, you come help me in this war? Fair deal? Seems totally reasonable to me. Of course he'll honor his obligation. Great. With his 5 troops. Alright, well. It's the thought that counts. And he did manage to call in one of his allies, okay. The Despot of Ragusa over here. Does not actually have a coast, it seems. So they'll have to march around the long way. Oh, and his army was away, apparently. That's probably why he didn't come help in the last war. He was off doing something else. Is he currently in another war? Okay. over in Dalmatia. Interesting. Okay. So let's go ahead and advance on the war goal. Medium feudal obligations. Sounds fine. Called in Dalmatia as well. Again, not a very scary looking ally there, but we'll keep an eye out for their armies nonetheless. Okay. We're not giving up much siege progress if we go and kill this army, so let's go do it. He has the hills, but no morale, and obviously the numbers in our favor. Okay, I'm getting old. Happens to us all. So there's a Dalmatian army now in our county over there, which is bad. I think we might be better off just leaving them alone. What is your military strength over there? 1200, so it's like half of your troops. Even if they bring them all over, I'm not really scared of them. They'll just sit here and siege the war goal. So we can at least get the war score ticking in our favor, and then maybe go and fight some battles. He's not actually sieging any of my stuff, he's just wandering around. Oh, maybe they're sieging something now. Okay. So 1600 or so troops between them. It's kind of a reasonable amount. And what's going on down here? It looks like a Byzantine vassal is trying to take over some land here, which I had been wanting to take for my own expansion. I had a grandson, okay. Who is not of my dynasty, so I don't really care about him. Okay, we took a prisoner. Oh, okay. 2 prisoners, and we've somehow gotten to 100%. Surely it's not just the occupation. It's not actually showing me when I hover over here. I'm assuming one or both of the prisoners we took are worth war score, so either way. We'll take the county. Puts us up to our domain limits. That's fine, we have some titles we could get rid of if we need to. We want to keep the cities, probably. We could get rid of the Barony of Fondi, I suppose. Yeah, this one. We can give that one away to a vassal if we need to. No reason to do that while we are still below our domain limit, or even at our domain limit. Became the Count. Oh, and I have children that lack guardians. My kinsman Sure, my nephew can do that. My son, who may end up being my heir, even though he's not a great character, so who am I currently educating? Not educating anybody. That's not my son. I don't know why I can't educate him myself, since I'm not educating anyone else, but there you go. Wrong culture. Sure, you're probably fine. That will do. So the other claim we have is on the County of Capua, which it would be nice to have. So he's not going to be able to... Well, he is going to be able to call people in. Count of Napoli. Polycarpos. So he has 1900, which is pretty sizable. Might wait a little bit on that. If I was to hire mercenaries, though, I could do it no problem. I'm not sure it's really worth it. We do still have more troops than him. Not sure if it's worth raising mercenaries over. My nephew came of age. Who is he imprisoned by? By the Doge. Can I ask to ransom him? He could potentially be an heir, even though he's not a very good character. Who else does he have imprisoned? I don't think there's a decision to ransom my own prisoners. This would be to ransom the prisoners I have in my dungeons. Anyway, obviously we're still in line to inherit. By a wide margin. Though that probably won't still be the case if I die before the Doge does. My heir has some prestige, but not a lot. Okay, let's go hunting right now. Seems like fun. Is this my trade post here? It's not, okay. Okay, we got tech. Who do we have CBs on? CBs on the Pope, though maybe we don't want to do that. What is CB on the Count of Salerno? Seize his trade post. Oh, we can seize a trade post. I thought we had too many trade posts to do that. We do have too many trade posts to do that. Okay. That's fine then. We could also declare on this Sultan down here, which almost certainly a terrible idea, to seize this county or seize this city, this capital city actually, of almost Carthage. Current levy is 6k. Yeah. We could probably do it with mercenaries, but he has those allies that he keeps calling in. Actually, he has no allies at all. So there's absolutely no way he could call anybody in. This ended badly before, but I don't see how it can go wrong if he has literally no allies listed on the Allies tab. Surely he can't possibly call in any allies. How long before he comes of age? So we've got 3 years or so before he, more like 2 years before he gets married and gets some kind of alliance, probably. So we have to hire mercenaries. We'd have to get probably at least 3k in mercenaries. We have 3k, so we probably want at minimum 3k, more like maybe 5k in mercenaries. We could take the Catalan company, who are terrible. Probably like the Breton company and I don't know, the Navarrese company. Light cavalry, why not? And that would cost us 26 per month, which we can't quite support right now, but we would be losing money quite slowly. Though a little more quickly when we're also supporting our own levies. But I think we want to do it sooner rather than later if we're going to do it. If Prince Ali here inherited, that might be worse. Though, probably doesn't have powerful allies of his own. You know what? I'm just going to do it. It seems like a very good opportunity. I don't want to waste it. So let's go ahead and hire the 2 I mentioned. Give them a little time to... Well, we don't have to give them time to recover their morale, I guess. They can recover it on the march down there. Okay, we'll try and seize the county down here. Okay, it's done. We'll call in our ally, of course. I'm just going to disband this army for now, in case he raises troops down there and is able to take it out. Which is a possibility. Okay, let's see how many troops he has now. 25! 5 times better than in the previous war. Well done. Oh, and it looks like this duchy down here just got taken by the Byzantines, which is very unfortunate. I was wanting to take that myself, of course. Okay, let's get headed down here. We'll go for the war goal first. And hope for the ticking war score to carry us to victory. We just hope that he repeatedly lands troops directly on our army like happened before. That would also be nice. So we are losing 13 gold a month. That still leaves us quite a while before we are in serious trouble. Okay, good. Let's just make sure we have decent leaders in charge here. in case we do end up fighting any battles. And our marshal is doing a good job, as usual. Okay then. We do have barely enough that we could assault this. I'm probably not going to, though. I don't have that many more troops than the Sultan does, so I'd rather keep as many around as possible. But we're out of time for this episode, so thanks for watching, and join me again next time where hopefully we can finally take this county.